Hey everyone. So my prediction from yesterday was completely incorrect. As you can see, I was looking at or still looking at the S&P 500 for kind of showing the direction which way I'm looking for the market to go, and I put this red arrow saying, yeah, when the market opens up today, I expect to move up to the top of this area and then sell off down below. Well, the sell-off happened. It just didn't move up at all, and that's the one thing. These trend lines are very subjective, even though it still looks real pretty right here. One thing I did want to point out though is there could be a different trend line going on right there. So using those and that one right there, all we do is draw that and then take it over down here to the bottom right there. So if we take off the purple lines right there, then we have a real interesting setup right down here as well, to where I had noticed it until we had this sell-off today, but I just put it, as you see, from that point, and that point right there, and then just drug it along to the bottom, and it hit off very nicely into here. So this actually may be the correct trend line. These just may be overshoots right here. When we got up to the top, you can see we had overshoot, came down the bottom, overshoot, came down the bottom, and then it goes like overshoot, right to the top, overshoot, right to the top. So if that trend continues, and we see down here at the bottom, going up to tomorrow, we could look for, in the next day or two, an overshoot in the S&P 500. Just, assuming this had happened, because again, overshoot, sell off, right to the line, sell off, overshoot, sell off, right to the line, sell off. So the next one would be an overshoot. So this actually finally may be the correct trend line for this channel we are in. But needless to say, if it is the correct one, we are at the bottom of it. And so we are looking for, going into tomorrow, a rise up in the S&P. This is the S&P 500. These are the spiders. The SPY is the ETF that tracks the S&P 500. So going into the S&P 500, we did have a trade set today. That was a good one, going on the 5-minute chart right here using the red semaphores. I didn't get into this, unfortunately, but basically what it was, price closed below the yellow line right there of the shift pitchfork, and then this bar right here. So this bar was a signal bar when it closed below it. Then the entry bar was when it came up and hit the yellow line, which is right there, signified by the black line. And then all you do is you take from the highest high, go down to where the low is from the lowest bar, which at that time was right there before it hit up right there, and that draws the 1.146 extension level, and the top of that box is the level, and it went there and hit that one for that one to be said and done. I did not have it on there today for some reason, the daily extension levels. And as you see from daily extension level, price bounced right off the extension level. It actually used the 1.146 here. And after an hour is opened, use that as some support, but then couldn't get anything going and finished up down here at the 1.414 level before it found some support. So going into tomorrow, we have, which it just opened actually, it did just open here. You can see this blue line is vertical, blue line right there. That is the daily parameters. Oh, and today is Tuesday, August 15th, and it's just opened into Wednesday session right here, a little after 5 p.m. Central Standard Time right there. So going into tomorrow, if it does continue to go down right there, it is pretty close to the extension levels for some support right there. But I'm looking for from the SPY right here, assuming this trend channel is correct, and move up in the market tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. Going into the Russell 2000 on the 15-minute chart, I was looking for this being a short trade right here. It did not materialize using the red semaphores. It may still need to go down some more, but as you can see from today, from the Russell 2000, price came down to the extension levels, daily extension levels, and used it as support, and that's basically where it ended today. There was a trade using the inside pitchfork, using that one right there, that one right there, and that one right there. So when price closes below it, one thing I've been looking at is, so when price closes below, that's your entry. You get them right there when it closes below it. And one thing I have been doing is I had been using the previous high to where we have the bar closed below. That's the entry point for it. And the exit would be the 1.146 right there. So top that line right there. But one thing I've been looking at is, or do you use the overall move rather than just that previous one? Because if you use the overall move, obviously your your reward be a whole lot greater. So then it closes down here, and you can see down here at the 1.146, which is also the daily extension low of the day, came down there and hit that target for it. So that is one thing I'm looking at to see. I do want to do that. I'm looking at to see, is that where I want to have the extension target for that, rather than just using this swing high right there based upon wherever that, I think that low is right there where it broke out, because obviously your profit target is going to be a whole lot greater. Going into the Dow Jones right here, this is a live trade setup that I am in right now. You can see just a little bit of a profit right there. How it started was using 5-minute chart, using that semaphore, that semaphore. Price closed above it right there, and so then we just wait for it to come down and hit the yellow line again. There we go, right there. That's the entry bar. There's signal bar, there's entry bar. So we just draw the low to the high, and we'll look for the 1.146 as the level for the target. Came up somewhat close, did not hit it, and black line just signifies that's the entry. And then today we had that sell-off. So when price comes down here and hits the 1.146 from that move right there, which is right there, which also just happens to be, well, you know what, that's from another day, so that's neither here nor there. For the 1.146, then we move the exit down to the entry, down to the 50% line, which is that green line right over there. So I drew a box. It's going to be the bottom of the green box right there. That's going to be where the exit is right there, and I just drew it in between the 50% line and the entry right there, just so it's easier to see. But that's going to be the exit that we are looking for this trade right there. And the reason why I took it down here, just because it's at the 1.44 level, so for a good level to get into it. I also was looking at the 1.146. Couldn't get in that one today. You see that one had a real nice run up, looked like it's going to fill it. Didn't get close enough for me to consider it done, and then it sold off all the way down here. So using the daily extension levels for the day, see, it found some support, 1.146 a little bit, 1.44, came back up, and then just sold off. So today was a blowout day here in the Dow Jones. It didn't stop at the daily extension levels, which does happen from time to time, and was just a sell-off today for it. So if we use this one right there and that one right there, let's see. Add take profit. Why can't? There must be something I need to press. I was trying to do that yesterday. Oh, there we go. Take profit. All right, cool. There you go. So I'll have it. I'll just put it up here somewhere like that. The hard exit's going to be the 50% level at 35,272, but I'll just put it right about right here-ish for now, because if it does go up and hit that sell off again, I'll look to get back in on it. Oil, yeah, so I took a little scalping trade today right here. It's based upon this setup right here. Took a little scalping trade, start off the day right here, got in at 81.39 and got out at 81.52, just because it was down here at the 0.414 level, which is off of this move right here. Plus it was also the daily extension levels as well. They're overlapped for it. But as you can see, price did continue to move lower and went down all the way to about the 200 level, which is kind of like, the way I look at it is kind of like the line in the sand for it. So I was looking at perhaps getting in down here again, because the 1.73 level, which is just a square root of 3, seems to be a decent support level for this trade as well. And so how this one works is, again, when price breaks out using the semaphore, that semaphore right there, that one, and that one, price broke out right there. So what you do is, well, I already have it on there, but that target is a 1.146, because I'm going to use the overall level rather than just the previous moves for it right there, even though it didn't come up and hit that target right there. Where's pitchfork? There we go. Even though it didn't come up there and hit that. So I think I'm going to start using because it also fit a whole lot better down here. When price sold off, it went down almost to the 200% level between the 1.73 and 2, found the support, and now has been slowly going up a little bit ever since. And so yeah, so when price came down, hit the 1.146 the other way, that's when you move the exit just below the signal bar, or for the entry right there, which is that black line. I just put this box so it's easier to see. So the bottom of the box, or the black line, that's gonna be the hard exit, and I'll just put my exit, make it 160. There we go. So that's that. So we are looking for a rally in oil. It has been selling off just because things going on in China as well. Anyways, but look at this, like API data sees declining U.S. oil inventories. So I mean, the U.S. is producing a whole lot less, not a lot of inventory. So market should be going up, but that's what we have in crude oil. And then Nasdaq right here. We can see using this, I believe it's on the 15 or 5, yeah, 15-minute chart right here. You see that SIM4, that SIM4, that SIM4. Price closed above it. Price closed above it right there, which said that the next bar, which was this one right there, is the there's a signal bar because it closed above the yellow line. There's an entry bar right there, so draw to the top. Never hit that up there. So all we do is I'll put that down here a little bit. And it was also in between, because you can see there's the 1.146 and 1.414 is bouncing off of the daily extension high of it, and that's where the resistance was for the day before it sold off. So then price hits the median line, which is the red line right there. We move the exit back to the entry level, which is the black line right there, and I just put that box right there so it's easier to see. So the bottom of the box or the black line is the exit for that one. If price does continue to move down and goes down here and hits the 1.146 level of the move, then I'm just drawing this for the daily extension levels, but it goes down here. I'll put this box so it's easier to see. Hits down in there, 1.146 level, then the entry would move to the 50% level, which is right there. But if it doesn't do that, then the exit remains at the bottom of the box right there at about 15,300-ish for the Nasdaq for this move right here, because then we do have the daily extension levels going into today right here and right up there. So pretty much for all these right here, the you can see how price closed near the lows of the day, so it's not too much further. If we do get a little bit more of a sell-off to go down into right here, I think we would find some support and potentially rally back up, because that is what we are looking for in the SPY, the S&P 500 ETF market. Because if we just start using the daily extension levels, we can see today, you can see it when it opened, it jumped down. They did create a gap right here from about right there. We can see we got a gap in there, and gaps do like to go and be filled. And came down, hit 1.46, found a little support, and then just sold off right at the very end of the day, getting close to the very end, down to the 1.414 level. So tomorrow, going into tomorrow, and finish kind of on the lows of the day. Tomorrow, if we do get that rally up, see there's that. So if it does open up a little bit lower, we would find some support down there. But we do have the 1.146 and 1.414 daily extension level. Say it gets a huge rally, up there by about 1 to 2 p.m. is not the realm of possibility for a big rally tomorrow to go up there and hit this. If not tomorrow, then early the next day. But anyways, those are the markets for today. Well, let's check Bitcoin here real quick if it will load. And Bitcoin again is still, these are just notes I have, these ultimate high and low, like I mentioned earlier, or to use a previous low. So I'm leaning towards the high low, which would be like for this trade, that one, and that one makes the exit right up there. But from this trade setup right here, where we had it close above, then it sold off, has continued to waffle around all in this area right here for, Kelly, how many days that one? That's when it hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 days. Oh man, that's been forever for this. So still in there. So I'm still looking at the target for this one being in the 50%, which is it's going to be the top of this box. I'll actually draw it so it's a little bit easier to see. So it's going to be the bottom of that box. There's a 50% line. There it is right there. I can actually put the black line at it right there. There we go. So black line and bottom of that box. That's the exit we are looking for right there. But price just keeps on wallowing around in the support area box between the 1.146 and 1.414. But there's also a long setup as well from this inside pitchfork trade right here, going up to right over here at 30,480. So anyways, that's it for today. Take care. Thanks. Bye.